Hey, all you little people, it's the main man here for another chaotic recode match. And today it's Underworld against Underworld, Loyalist against Traitors. We have the king of the Underworld himself, Chaor, against Lord Von Bloot and his band of ruffians. So, this was a game that you can learn a thing or two from watching it. We're already getting to the thick of it. It's his blades versus my brimflame. He has a Nexus fuse. You can sacrifice that to do 15 damage to the opposing creature, which is pretty awesome. That's a little bit less than a cannon of casualty in the form of battle gear, and a staple in some underworld burn decks. So hey, I get one of my best attack cards straight off the rip. I got, because of Ravenar Ridge, that you look at the top two cards, you put one on the top and one on the bottom. So there's a Flame Orb that's going to do 20 to me. Yep. And then he's doing Song of Fury to get do extra. It does 10 damage and gives his guy Fire 5. I'm already down to 5. Here is one of this player's, I think, first mistakes. He was playing way too fast with his resources. I'm at 5 health compared to his 60, and for some reason he uses Copond to get a code. I'm not gonna beat you when I'm at 5 and you're at 60. Why would you use your coupon? You could have saved that for a future fight. When you're in a situation where you have such a health advantage, save your resources for when you don't have that giant advantage. I think that was a huge waste of a coupon. You know, so now it's my Lista into Blades. It's Gladiator against Gladiator. I get initiative, which is great because Lista works best when she has initiative. Out the gate, 20 damage to his Blades. Crazy good. There's a Force Strike that will do 20 to me. Force Strike's great. I love Force Strike. I love all that little set of like stat attacks, like Inline Tenacity, Force Strike. So there's a Song of Fury. It'll do 10 damage to me and give him Fire 5. So what? That'll do 35. Let's see. Or no, it did 40. Wow, it did 40 damage. How did it get 40? Did I miss something? Maybe I missed something. So there's Caster's War Song. Now, this would normally only do 15, but since he has Dracnus, it bumps it by 5. Dracnus bumps all damage music by 5. That's just his passive ability. Really good card for like early Underworld decks. Like if you have them and you don't have a great back row support, just put them in. So I'm going to use Song of Desperation. It'll heal me by 30, but I will fail all of my stats and challenges. I think I can win this, though. There's another Caster's War song. And here's when I forget about Dracnus while playing this. Because, again, this will do 20 to me. I'm thinking, oh, I'm only going to take 15. I'll be at 5. And then I'll heal with Song of Desperation. That'll put me at 35. Nope. Yep, there it goes. See, I miscounted always, always, and you can look. I was like, oh crap, Dracnus. So definitely, definitely, definitely always check your opponent's cards to make sure you know what they do. So there's that. That's a really big loss for me. I think that could have been an easy little code for me. I guess not so easy. I would have had to use Nourishing Nocturne to heal and so now it's his blades against my Lord Von Bloot. I will get initiative, but he has another Nexus fuse. So Lord Von Bloot's already at 50. But I have my best attack, Plasma Arrow. I use Tornado Tackle. I think this was another match or another little fight I could have won. I should have just sacrificed the Pyro Blaster. There's a Force Strike. Maybe not. There's a Cannon of Casualty. So I'm getting him to use his resources. I think that's another mistake on his part. I don't think he should have used Cannon of Casualty right there. I think he should have kept it for that last Brimflame because I was at 20 and he was at 60. There's not a whole lot I could have done, and even if I did Plasma Arrow, then maybe use Cannon of Casualty, but don't use it when you're still at full health and I'm at such a disadvantage. I think this player really could have like if I don't know, I I think he needs to kind of slow down with his underworld burn. He's got some great fighters. Let them take a few hits and then burn when you need to. You know. So now at least I get initiative. It's the Lava Pond, the Marillion version. So he can't use his last music because each player reveals a random music and you cannot play that music. So he is musicless this fight. So I'm deciding who I go into. Do I go after one of the blades? Do I go after Chaor? I'm gonna decide to go after Chaor. Maybe I shouldn't go after blades. Who knows? So there's a might swing that'll do 15 to me. Why does that do 15? I don't know. There's plasma arrow. That'll do 40 because I get fire 10 because of brim flame. I get 5 because he just has fire 5. Or he gets fire 5 when equipped with battle gear, and his vile driver gives him another fire 5, which is amazing. So I'm debating what I'm doing. I have to be a little bit careful because his sulfur, his muge above Drachnus, you can sacrifice a muge for I think 10 damage. So Copond's useless, so he can sacrifice Copond. And there it is. So I hit him with the confusion and then an improvisational melody for an easy little code. And this is, I think that's why he should have saved his cannon of casualty. Oh no, he couldn't even use cannon of casualty. He has one left, but that was the revealed music. So I guess I can't blame him for not using it. So now it's his, and this is another mistake I think he does. He's not going after my Navina or my Rage Trod. Like, go after music users. If you can get rid of my resources, you can probably out damage Brimflame, maybe. I did just do 40 damage to you. And there's a plasma arrow of his own, which will do 30, but he's only got, so there's kind of casualty. So, which, if he didn't have Sulfa, would be fine. That'd only do 20. But since he can sacrifice Copond for 10, I have to use Nourishing Nocturne. It's a 2-cost music. You sacrifice a minion, give all of that minion's energy to your engaged creature. Perfect. I'm going to gain 55 energy from Rage Trod. That is the sole reason Rage Trod is in this deck, is to serve as Nourishing Nocturne fodder, right? So puts Brimflame back at 60. Perfect. He's out of music. He can still do some damage. I guess 20 itself because he can sacrifice Sulfa and Copon. Maybe Sulfa only does 5. I don't think so. I think I'm thinking of Glob or whatever that blue underworld creature is. So he's got one Brimflame or one Blades, and that's another mistake. Look, he moves him to my Brimflame so I can attack and get initiative. He should have just kind of kept him where he was, so I would have to come to him, in my opinion, and he could get initiative. Like, always try to take the fight to your location. Don't let your opponent get initiative if you don't have to. Because, look, I just did 30 damage to him. There's a Blaze Barrage. What? It's going to do 5 damage. Uh, what? There's a Inferno Gust, Hammer Dash, and he's totally out of resources other than sacrificing his muges. And I think he could have won this game if he had slowed down on his, burns, his music, his Nexus fuses. I that's my personal opinion. Maybe not. Here I misclick and accidentally give his blades element 10 of whatever element. This might have been the first match I used Navina, or I could have just misclicked. Who knows? But there's an improvisational melody. And this is when we clean it up. Again, slow down. If you're playing Underworld Burn, slow down. If you can just knock your guys out by just hitting them hard, and you don't have to worry about, um, using your resources super fast, just wait. You don't have to come straight out the gate nuking things from orbit. Like I just let him. Once I realized what he was doing, I just let him because I kind of knew like it once he uses his resources, I have a Brimflame that'll have Fire 10 that and a Navina that can give him Element 10. That's That's fine. If he knocks out two of my creatures and uses all of his resources, but I still have a great attacker with all of my resources, you're probably going to win. You know? Because Blades, he kind of sucks once he loses his battle gear. Chaor only has fire. It's sometimes you just got to play out your opponent. If you see them wasting their resources, let them waste them. You don't feel obligated to like, oh my god, I got a double heal. You know, Save your resources for when they're out. Because if you can guarantee that you have all of your music and abilities still, and they have none, you're probably gonna win 9 out of 10 times. And on that 10th time, that's just because you flipped the board. But no, that's how we do it here at the NCO. We take some heat, but we came back, rose up, and squished that KOR right back into the underworld. And remember, here at the NCO, this is where the big boys play, and that's the bottom line.